In today's video, I wanted to share some stories from my time working at a movie theater. It was my first job, and looking back, it's probably one of the easiest jobs you can have. It's a great first job, if I'm being honest. I mean, the benefits are free movies, so who wouldn't want that job? And I also got 50% off concessions, which is pretty good. But during my time there, I developed a lot of pet peeves, and I thought I'd share some of those with you today. So, number 1. When customers would come up to the box office or the concession stand and have no idea what they wanted, and this really only pissed me off when they would be waiting in line for like 20 minutes, and then they would get up to me and still have no idea what they wanted. Like, you were just in line for 20 minutes and you still couldn't figure it out, and then that would just result in the line getting longer and longer. Number 2. When kids would try to sneak into movies. This one really only got on my nerves because they thought they were getting away with something that we really didn't even care about. Because the theater that I worked at was really small and run down, we knew that they were sneaking in, but we just didn't care. Usually we didn't even have a ticket keeper. Half the time the box office was actually at the concession stand. You could literally just walk past us and say that you were going to the bathroom or something, and we'd just be like, okay dude, whatever. Some customers would ask for butter halfway through. For some reason, after doing it a lot, really got on my nerves when they would ask me to put butter halfway through. And I think it was because all of the popcorns were pre-made up to an hour in advance, because after an hour we would throw them out. We would have all of the popcorns in a popcorn warmer, and they would be in the bags, so the small, medium, and large, and they would already be made. For me to put butter halfway through, I would have to dump it out and then put the butter in, put the popcorn back in, and really that's really not much work, but it just really got on my nerves. There would be people coming into the movie theater at the beginning of the day, so as soon as we open, and they would ask if our popcorn was fresh. What? Of course it's fresh, we just made it. If anything, the popcorn at night is not fresh, because some of that popcorn is from the morning. So, if anything, the popcorn is freshest in the morning. Sometimes they would ask for a different popcorn than what I'm grabbing because it looked fresher. Well, let me tell you something. It wasn't, because the ones that were in the back were actually the most fresh because we were too lazy to do it the right way. So, the one that I was grabbing was probably the most fresh. Okay, let's move on from the customers. This is just something annoying that I had to do. We had a huge sign outside of the theater, and it wasn't just right outside of the theater. You actually had to walk quite a ways because it was in a plaza, and it was the plaza sign, and it would show you all the movies that were out. And we had to change it. Correction, I had to change it. They would make me change it every Thursday because Fridays we get the new movies. So every Thursday I would have to go out. You would have this 20-foot long stick with a suction cup on the end of it. And you would literally suction cup the letters to the stick and then try and get it on the sign. And then in order to get the letters down, you had to smack it with the stick. And this sign was 30 feet tall, probably. I don't know. But it was super tall. For some reason, they had me do it every week. And it was because I was the only one that knew how to do it. But when I first started, there was this other guy that would always do it. And a lot of times they would let him leave early because he did that so he can go home early, and then I would have to close by myself because they let him leave early. So, whatever, I was fine with that. I was new and I didn't really care. And then when he quit, they made me do it, and the first few times I didn't mind. But then there was a couple of times where I had to go out and change the sign, and then they let the people that I was closing with leave early like they did something special, when they literally did nothing their entire shift, and I had to close by myself. Alright, well that's all I have for you in this video. If you want to hear more stories about my time at the movie theater, leave a like and a comment, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.